everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. We started Ulyan. Her name's so hard to say sometimes. Ulyan is a root. So we're just gonna load where I saved last time. There we go. Fine, wait a minute. Okay, now I'm supposed to say, Olga Dmitrievna asked me to help her tonight. Who cares? Whoever that is, what's the big deal? I have better things to do. I came back to the leader's cabin. Yep. Fine, I'll help the sports club. I was hoping that I could escape the obligatory work if I pretend that I'm helping the sports club. They obviously have tons of members and could probably do just as well without a single extra pair of hands. However, I'd better visit the sports ground, at least to check in there. Just in case Olga Dmitrievna finds out that her ideal pioneer slacks off and dodges community service. You never know, I could imagine worse punishments than a public telling off at a party gathering. I wasn't really planning for that to happen. All of a sudden, I saw no cleaning, painting, or repairing but a football match. They were playing 5 versus 6. Ooh, damn. Why do we keep looking at her skirt? Why do we keep looking at her underwear? Why do we keep having upskirt, like, pictures of fucking Ulyan of all characters? Why her? She looks like a prepubescent child. Well, she's not really prepubescent. She is pubescent, but, like, still. She looks really young. I don't know how I feel about having to do her root, but I guess all characters are 18, right? But like she does not look 18. I guess she's the lolly character. I took a closer look at the players and recognized Uliana. I won't interfere, I'll just watch. The teams were obviously mismatched. One team consisted entirely of younger kids who looked about 12 years old. The other team consisted entirely of teenagers. Besides, they had one extra player, Uliana. Mind you, what can just one extra person, moreover one girl, do? Soon enough I realized that I was mistaken. Uliana had a good dribbling technique, cutting through the defenders one by one. She obviously lacked teamwork skills, but they weren't even required at this level. She scored with enviable regularity. I came closer to the pitch.
Hey, come and join us! There's certain one male on their team!
I guess that's what counts as a community service here. That's community service here.
We've already finished everything,
said Uliana, sounding insulted. I looked over the sports ground again. The benches were freshly painted, new nets placed behind the goals. How did they manage to get through all of this stuff?
Come join their team!
Well, given that I escaped that last time, I should indeed play now. Ball at the center. We start centre. With the very first touch, I put the ball into the top corner with a delicate strike. Actually, it wasn't that difficult. The pitch was at most 50 meters long, and a goalkeeper of the opposing team couldn't even reach the crossbar. Sometime later, we tied it up, despite our team being 7 or 8 goals behind at the start. Objectively speaking, one should note that Uliana's team scored a couple of goals during my time here too. More precisely, she scored. You can't say that she had Ronaldinho's tricks or precise Beckham's shots in her pocket. She would just kick the ball into open spaces, and coming up towards the goal, she just toe punted every time. However, such a dull strategy brought positive results. I could not keep an eye on every opponent, and my teammates were not much help. Certainly, I played better than all of them, and theoretically, I could have scored as many times as I wanted, but it seemed unsportsmanlike to me. Winning isn't everything. It's taking part that counts, isn't it? But after Uliana's words...
Plenty penalty shootout. The winner wins the game.
I made up my mind that I don't want to lose. At the time, it was 11-9 in our favor, so it wasn't reasonable to object.
You're in goal, I'll shoot, we switch then.
1 shot each?
Yes.
I stood at the line and got ready. She took a run and sent it straight into my hands.
That's not fair.
What's not fair?
I'll shoot again.
Okay, just do it, I said, smiling. The second shot would go better in rugby. One more time?
Absolutely not.
She sniffed.
But you shall never score a goal against me.
We'll see. I put a ball into the low right corner of a goal with a precise kick. Uliana didn't even move. However, there was no point. Penalty kicks like that are uncatchable. Looks like I won. She answered nothing and just looked at me resentfully. I needed to lighten the mood. Don't get upset. And that's when the music started playing, calling the Pioneers for lunch.
Alright, I'll get even with you some other time.
She laughed, waved her hand, and ran in the direction of canteen. I juggled the ball a little and followed her. Who is marching forward in a row? It is our Pioneer squad. Pioneers in a row usually march to the canteen in the Soviet camp. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me like what happened before, just so I can eat in peace. And for that, I have to at least not be the last one to come. But I was pretty sure whatever happens here happens whether I wanted to or not. The canteen was crammed as full as an egg. That does not make any sense, but okay. Olga Dmitrievna was standing at the entrance, guarding it like a hawk. Well, Simeon, were you working hard today? Hard enough. Well done, truly well done, and the hardest is yet to come. I just bet. Fine, take a seat next to the girls. She pointed at the table next to the pillar. Slavia, Uliana, and Lena were already sitting there. Not bad company, at least not the worst. I got my meal and went up to them. Do you mind if I sit here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to stay and help Uliana with cleaning up. How long have I been recording? 8 minutes? Now, running away is hardly a good idea. For starters, Olga Dmitrievna has caught me already, and dashing off would only aggravate my punishment. As well as that, I was indeed partially guilty. Of course, it was all her fault, but if I hadn't reacted like that, probably we could have avoided this thrashing. Probably. I opened the cabinet and took out a broom and a mop and a dustpan. Olga Dmitrievna wasn't anywhere near Uliana by the time I returned. She's gone?
Can't you see it for yourself?
Uliana looked upset. All her youthful spirit vanished without a trace. Okay, hang on a sec. I'll go and wash myself a bit first. I shot her an angry glance and headed towards the exit. I washed the scraps of lunch off myself and returned to the canteen. Well, no escaping it. We have to clean it up.
It's all because of you!
Just a single gaze from her gave me the creeps. Of course it is! It's me who's guilty of everything! It's me who's a local natural hazard!
Oh, shut up.
Still, it's kind of strange that she's not trying to avoid this cleanup duty. Uliana had a solid opportunity to just run away and leave me alone, but somehow she did the exact opposite, diligently gathering broken plate fragments, mopping the floor, picking up chairs and tables. In fact, she was so fast that I had a tough time keeping up with her. Well now, aren't you suddenly acting all goody-goody?
It's not like I want to spend the whole day here, you dork.
Oh,
It's not like I want to stay here the whole day.
that made me do that.
It's not like I want to spend the whole day here, you dork.
There you go, that's a much better Uliana voice. She still sounded irritated. Listen, you've got to understand that you can't behave like that. At least not to such an extent. For some reason I decided to try and give her a moral lecture.
I haven't done a thing. It was you who was calling me names.
Uliana grabbed a bucket and a mop and went to the farthest corner of the canteen. Looks like she's still angry. Looking back at the mountain of broken tableware, I finally began to understand the scope of the catastrophe. We're lucky that at least the forks and spoons are made of metal. We still have something to eat with. But there are hardly any plates left. Hey, oh,
Hey,
Uliana called me with a shout. I went over to her.
I don't get it. Why do you hate me so much?
Her face became so serious that I was ready to believe that it wasn't just yet another trick of hers. Why do you think so? Why do you think so?
I have no idea. That's exactly why I'm asking you.
I don't hate you. It's just that sometimes you behave like, well, you know. As simple as that, but still true.
Like what? I have no idea.
She lifted her gaze to me, boiling with curiosity. Well, for starters, what's the big idea in pouring the kumquat all over me?
You were asking for it.
She smiled for the first time since we started cleaning. Yeah, sure. I heaved a deep sigh. So, what do you expect from others then?
Nothing.
She replied acidly. This discussion was over, so I just continued cleaning up in silence. It took us a few hours to fix up the canteen. At last, all the broken tableware was gone. Chairs and tables were in their designated places. The floor looked clean. We were sitting together with Uliana next to the food counter, breathing heavily, deservedly resting. Now you see how much effort has to be put in because of a silly trick.
But I'm not tired at all.
As though the sweat pouring down her face told the opposite story. Oh, well, good for you.
So, what are we going to do next?
I don't know about you, but I'd rather go.
Nope, that's not at all. That's not all. You have to
She hesitated,
help me with another little thing.
thinking of another silly prank.
You bet.
She was smiling broadly. I'm not your man here. I'm more than fed up with just one punishment for today.
Okay, here's the deal. If you help me now, there won't be any more pranks.
Sure, that was an uninviting prospect, but somehow I can bring myself to trust Uliana even for a moment. Well, it wouldn't hurt to ask. So, what is your cunning plan?
We're gonna steal a candy.
What? I should have expected something like that. Candy is for kids.
Soon the chef will go out to dump the trash. Nobody's gonna see us.
Count me out.
Ah, whatever.
She grunted and turned away.
Then I'll do it myself.
And I won't allow... I couldn't even finish the sentence as Uliana already jumped over the counter, ran to the cabinet, opened the door, and started rummaging through it. Hey, cut that! It's not like you haven't got enough problems with Olga Dmitrievna. She didn't reply. You won't get away with just cleaning duty for something like that. Uliana closed the cabinet. She held a huge bag of candy in her hands. Ah, you little... Put it back! She stuck out her tongue at me and dashed off through the back door. Couldn't just leave it at that. I darted off in pursuit. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, we've... Slavia left. Oof. Slavia, come back! Anyways, I think I'm gonna leave it off at here. I know it's only 14 minutes long, but I mean, I feel like it's a good place to leave it off at. But anyways, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode and would like to see more of this game, then leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!